Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? I'm just coming through here, y'all, and swinging a little bit of conversation. I'm gonna try not to be negative or disrespectful and just pretty much keep it real. I am not really nothing big on here. I got a little hangout spot on YT. When I first started doing this, it's only been like probably about 2 years. And I started off doing like commentary and reaction to like the stars and famous people and a few YouTubers. And I'm gonna tell you, y'all, when I was doing that, I was going all the way in and not disrespecting anybody, being truthful, but using some very foul language. And yes, I had a potty mouth, and y'all know a potty can be cleaned out, but I was raw, and that was because I could speak that way at that time. And also, I had started off with this as a business situation that didn't go through too good. And I realized that I've been to the point that I could have been monetized over probably from the first 6 months when I first started doing the videos. And I was under, a situation that didn't go right business wise, but I found somebody else that I could have did it with. But I just decided just to chill back. And plus I work 2 jobs. You won't see me on camera because I don't get on camera due to safety reasons. I am a survivor, if y'all understand that. That's all I can say about that right now. Also, I have 2 jobs that it's not good to be on social media because a lot of people be approaching you and they seem to know more about you when you are on a platform where they can get at you better than they can in person. It's a long story, but it's 2 decent jobs, and I do care and I help out a lot of people, and I've been in situations myself which caused me to do the work that I do. So you'll probably see my hands and always hear me verbally. And I'm not in, no bushes, and there's nothing wrong with being in the bushes, but I do all my videos like this. It's not a big deal. I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with turning this into a business because I am looking at the business aspect of this. But I basically did really start off just doing this to meet people around the world, to learn, to love, to get help. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. But everybody that used, not everybody, but quite a few people that used to ride with me when I was giving it raw, seemed like when I changed up, I lost like a whole bunch of people that was riding with me, which don't matter because to me that shows me that they're not really all about the different facets and different commentary that I have. And I'm not saying that everybody got to like what I do, but you can tell when people are being shady or they like more drama than, other things, which is fine too. But I keep getting asked to come on, do some reaction, do some reviews or whatever. So here I am. I'm going to start off with the 3 moms, and I'm going to start off first with Jazzy. Jazzy, I really, and I'm not going to say I feel sorry for you because you don't need anybody to feel sorry for you. You got certain people that's coming to you with a bunch of love, and I think that you are doing what you want to do. And unfortunately, the kids have to deal with the consequences of that. Any of this type of stuff like this that you don't want on social media, don't do your stuff on camera. You know how this, like, all these other people are saying the same thing. The same thing I'm saying. You know how to edit it. You don't have to do it. And to me, it seems like you don't care. So if you don't care, don't argue with people. No disrespect. There's no need to argue with anybody if you're giving them something to talk about. They talk about all the stars and everybody else, but the things that you are doing, not to judge you, and whether it's on purpose, mistake, or whatever, caught up or too much going on. Think about the kids. That's all it's about, is the kids. And when a person says something about your parenting, they don't have a right to talk about your kids like a dog. They may say, well, this child, that child, you should have did this to their hair. You should have cleaned this or that. That's fine. But to call a kid ugly and nappy-headed, that's one of the lowest things to do. And I hear a lot of women on here coming at the kids and talking about the kids like a dog, and then they want their own kids to be blessed. That's a nasty mess. Shame on them. I don't think none of that's right. But for some reason, I know that you're going through some stuff with men and whatever have you. And sometimes we have to give our bodies a chance to heal. And we also have to give our minds and hearts and our emotions to heal before we get into other relationships. Even though you can do what you want when you get ready, sometimes you got to sit back and think. And also, you have to be careful with different men and stuff that you bring around your kids and even around yourself, because you deserve to be happy too. But whatever you don't want people to know about your business, don't show it to them because it's not worth the money. You are too talented to even use any of that stuff. If you're struggling with being a parent or whatever, that's normal. You can get help. And all the CPS like this is some kind of joke. You wouldn't want that in your life because, number one, CPS got so many cases going out here. They don't necessarily want to have another case because they got enough work to keep them, paid. But You don't want your kids to even be removed for one night because of something petty and end up somewhere getting hurt, molested, and bothered. If you want help, you can get help. I think you know a lot of this, but I think you have a hard time putting it together. And I don't want to judge you because you are doing you and it's your life and it's your business and you're a grown woman. But please, just for the most part, do the best you can and try to make changes. And don't, you like, don't tell me to put my kids on a schedule. Well, why would you ask somebody if you don't want the advice? Everybody is not coming at you nasty, and there's a lot of people that are coming at you nasty, but they can't come at you no kind of way unless you let them in your business. Just like when you said you left the kids in the car to let the other two little ones go for a walk right there. That's your business, and I'm not saying it's right to do that. But I thought you was on the phone with your mother prior to that. You could have played it off and said, my mother's going to meet me and she's going to sit in the car if the twins ain't woke by the time she come, and I'm going to walk the two girls so they can look at the ducks or whatever you guys was doing that day. And then when you went back to the car, switched it out. You could have even edited all of that part out, even leaving them and letting anybody know. But I think that you don't seem to understand, or you don't think it's wrong, or you don't care. And that's up to you. But you got to be careful with these guys, too, bringing men in your house and stuff like that. This is not about judging and telling somebody what to do. This is right and wrong is wrong, real talk. You said two men was in the house and they fought and all that. If at your house and you don't really even know them and you got kids, then also when you have kids and noise and things going on in your apartment and people hear it and they report it, and especially they know you do YouTube, anybody could have called. If that's true, I hope it's not. And when these people are reaching out to you, if you know that you're struggling that bad, they won't take your kids. You can actually go to them for help. You know this stuff. It's because Chrissy, all y'all's friends, and like I said, y'all got a very unusual friendship between y'all three mothers there because of the fact the way y'all all hang with each other. Then I'm gonna jump on LivsLife here real quick. Liv to me is pretty much the same way. She's caught up in a situation. She don't know what she want to do one way or the other. She's having fun with this. A lot of this stuff is a joke. But for the most part, with you two, I'm talking more so towards Jazzy and Liv, y'all got to be careful about what y'all do in front of the kids, because Chrissy's situation is a little bit different than yours when it comes to the kids. And then you get mad if somebody, Jazzy, say something about the house. But you see, Chrissy's house don't be like that, and I really don't see Liv. So it's backwards and forth where everybody's got something that they don't want nobody to say nothing about, but they want to show it to make money, or they think that what they're doing is okay, so they don't care who see. But the situation with domestic violence and kids seeing a dysfunctional relationship, that makes kids become a product of their environment. And they don't have no choice but to endure it. It's up to you. But I think Liv, not to be disrespectful, I don't have nothing against her, but it seems like she's sucking all this up. They think that this is a joke and this is some type of play. And if you got the man there, and if he's not willing to work, but he's a good man and y'all gonna work your relationship out, let him get some of the YouTube coin too. And then y'all both will be all right. But if y'all know y'all not healthy together and y'all want to stay together, that's y'all business. But just watch out for the kids, because once you got kids that you keep thinking they ain't going to say nothing to a teacher because they go to school, or a baby, or any other kids that sit there and act like that's normal, that's because they're so used to it. And then when they grow up, they will be probably conditioned to it to where they won't even care if they're being abused or in a situation with a lot of loud arguing. And I'm not saying that you got to paint no perfect picture in front of kids, because you can have some spats and stuff here and there in front of the kids. But after a while, they start getting a certain age. Dad's here, he's gone. Him and mom is mad. They're drinking all the time, this and that. And there's certain things you can do in front of kids, and they know that you're grown, and that grown people can do certain things. But when you do dysfunction, when you have a lot of dysfunction going, that bothers the kids. It does disturb them emotionally, no matter what you think they're okay with. So everybody just needs to try to do the best they can and stop showing all your business. All of y'all are beautiful. You're talented. You got beautiful kids. You can have any man you want. Go for it. Live this thing called life. But just do better. And even when you have kids and you got kids by different men and they're, a year apart, you have to be careful, because that child see that man, and you got to count down the line. And it's not that you do it deliberately because you're looking for love. You may have been told lies, but we all have to be careful with that. And sometimes when you want to have a personal life and you got kids, you may have to figure out some way to get you a professional babysitter or a family member and go out on a simple date. Or how about maybe chilling and not dating at all, and get a babysitter and take yourself out to lunch. Take yourself out to chill. You know what I mean? And then stop copying. If you guys gonna do the same commentary, change up the story a little bit. Make it look a little different. Do it down the line a little bit so it don't look like my Three Stooges, because everybody's throwing y'all together because y'all doing things like a domino effect. But at the same time, just like I said, I know how to be friends, because there's a lot of people on here that I'm going to be speaking about different individual videos that don't like each other, but I like them all. I'm going to say something positive about everybody. Even if somebody come for me to get mad and argue and try to tell me off, if I feel that you cool and that's how you are, it don't hurt me. I'm going to tell you, honey, y'all, I am working on myself, and I can't believe how far I got. And, sometimes you can say it like this, you can't kill what's already dead. You just use that and look at that and define it the way you want to. But I'm just keeping it real with you. But just do the best you can. Live your life and enjoy it. But stop putting your business out here and really correct your parenting. Because that's not even like acting or pretending. If you're doing this stuff for real, you're messing up the kids. You're either CPS or anybody else coming in the picture or not. Just watch what you're doing, and then stop copying one another back to back like that. Do your own individual thing, and if you want to do something one person did, because that's what everybody do with these reactions, it's the same thing, but we all saying different stuff about the same thing. Just like with y'all got a lot in common, and then some of them know more than the others, just like when there was a beef going on between Chrissy and Olivia. Jazzy, and then Jazzy and Olivia backwards and forth, and now everybody friends. Y'all handled that in a way to where it's probably going to happen again, because there's too many chiefs up in the daggone kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to be careful, because that wasn't handled properly. Anyway, I'm up out of here, and I just wish everybody the best. Bye-bye.